Good morning, this is Ms. Lynch.
It says start video. It's off.
For whatever reason, no one else is in the video. I
Oh.
can hear you.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, this is Alex Jones.
No, this is Lynch.
No, he's here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alex Jones. Okay.
Meeting will start in a few minutes. We're just waiting for the rest of the board members to log in.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you just please mute your microphones until asked to speak. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Maurice?
I can hear you loud and clear, Mr. Dink.
Okay, it just started to work. Good.
Great. I'm glad you were able to join us.
On time.
Yep.
Who else is there?
Let's see. I see Carmela. Mr. Gallagher is here. Mr. Maschke is here.
Is Howard here?
I do not see Howard yet. Did he make it on to the pre-meeting?
Well,
Oh, there he
he
is.
was on the pre-meeting, but that's all I got was the meeting didn't start until this last. I hit it about 3 or 4 times. I didn't quit, and I don't want him to quit, so I'm gonna.
Yep. He just showed up.
Okay.
There he is, and we can see him. Good morning, Mr. Bradley.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. Let me do a quick attendance of the appellants, see if they all are here. Do I have appellant for the property located at 17639 Harvard Avenue?
The first one.
Are you there?
We're here.
Yep.
Can you hear us?
Tell that number. You know the number.
We can hear you.
This is Alex.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. Is the appellant here a representative for the property located at 914 East 149th Street?
Yeah.
Are you asking for that, Carmela?
I'm trying to make sure that all the appellants are.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attorney Eric Allen, are you here for the property located at 914 East 149th Street? You need to unmute yourself if you're speaking. Okay. For the property located at 1140 East 114th Street.
Yes.
Who was that?
Yes. For Mrs. Violet Cummins.
Enter your access
Okay.
code
Your
or
name?
PIN number followed by pound.
Excuse me.
And your name?
Yes, Kasib Hussein.
Your
Okay.
entry is not valid or the meeting.
Carmela, let me know if you want me to resend any invites.
Access code or meeting number followed by
Okay. The property located at 3992 East 148th Street. They reached out. And the property located at 35 East 151st Street.
4, 3,
Spike is
2, 6, 8 is not.
Is the appellant present for the property located at 3541 East 151st Street?
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Mr. Dink?
Yes.
Okay, we can start with the preamble.
There's two preambles now this time. Read them both. Oh, no, well, there isn't two preambles now. Okay.
Oh, there is.
preamble-
There's a second page after this one.
Okay. The preamble for the Cleveland Board of Building Standards and Building Appeals. In compliance with notification requirements of Ohio's meeting law under COVID-19 emergency declaration, notice of this meeting has been publicly posted. All boards and commissions under the purview of the City Planning Department conducts its meetings according to the Roberts Rules of Order. Actions during the meeting will be taken by voice vote. Abstentions from any vote due to a conflict of interest should be stated for the record prior to the taking of any vote. In order to ensure that everyone participating in the meeting have the opportunity to be heard, we ask that you use the raise hand feature before asking a question or making a comment. The raise hand feature can be found in the participants panel on the desktop and mobile version and activated by clicking the hand icon. Please wait for the chair or facilitator to recognize you and be sure to select unmute and announce yourself before you speak. When finished speaking, please lower your hand by clicking on the raised hand icon and mute your microphone. We will also be utilizing the chat feature to communicate with participants. The chat feature can be activated by clicking the chat button located on the bottom of the WebEx screen. And then there's a second preamble. All meeting activity is being recorded via the WebEx platform. These proceedings are also being live streamed via YouTube for public view. We have provided a link to the meeting for those who wish to speak on a particular case via our website and email. We have also received emails from those who have provided written comment on a particular matter.
Mr. Dank, I would like to also confirm that we are streaming live to YouTube at the moment.
Thank you.
For Ms. Aston.
Thank you, Maurice. And Mr. Chairman, I've gotten Maurice now trained on that. And we will do as we always do, Mr. Chairman, our objection to the chat function under the public records rules. Thank you.
Noted. The board, you're going to bring up the prompters. The Board of Building Standards and Building Appeals meeting is now called to order. Please call the roll.
Mr. Maskey?
Here.
Mr. Bradley?
Howard? Now what?
Mr. Dank?
Here.
Mr. Gallagher?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, thank you. First docket, A120, 17639 Harvard Avenue.
Yes, sir.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is condemnation of a garage. Issued December 23rd, 2019. Appeal statement received January 6, 2020. Asking for 6 months to abate the violation. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton, Law, and Mr. Alex Jones.
Yes.
Appellant. Solemnly swear or affirm the comments you're about to make are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, may we hear your story? What are your plans for the garage?
The garage had already taken down the week of August 7th, 2020.
You're not coming through loudly, but you said you'd be finished the week of August 7th?
Yeah, the garage has already been taken down the week of August 7th, 2020.
Oh. Mr. Vanover, do you have record of that or any comments on that? Mr. Vanover?
You're muted, sir.
Yes. Can you scroll through the next photo? Oh, that's it.
Okay, we have one over that shows the garage, and the other is the other show where the garage was?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is Ms. Harris. And she did report that the garage has been removed, and this isn't a very good photo, but I believe this notice of violation is closed.
Okay, so there will be no action by the board?
Mr. Chairman, we would ask that you extend the time through today's hearing because there was an automatic stay and just to clean up the record for those purposes.
Okay, a motion is ordered to give the appellant until October 15th, 2020 to abate the violations. Motion so in order.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Gallagher, second by Mr. Maschke. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
I gotta call him again.
he's muted. Is he trying to speak?
Okay.
Mr. Dank,
Howard, you're muted. Yes. You're muted. You get your, we're not hearing you. Okay. Done.
Mr. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley, are you on?
It says I'm unmuted.
You are now.
You are. What is
Can
your
you hear
vote
me?
on docket A120?
But I didn't hear you. Can you hear me, Joe?
Yes.
On the phone you can. You can't hear me on the TV, on the computer.
Yes, we're calling the vote on docket A120, and the garage has been taken down, and we gave them until tomorrow to abate the violation, which has already been abated. So we'd like your vote on that. Yes or no?
I said yes. I said
Okay,
yes.
thank you. Next docket, A220, 914 East 149th Street.
application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is interior and exterior maintenance, issued December 13, 2019. Appeal statement received January 6, 2020, asking until April of 2020 to abate the violations. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton, Law, and a representative from Cross K.
Good morning. It's Attorney Eric Allen on behalf of Cross K.
Okay. Mr. Dink, you can swear them in.
Solemnly swear or affirm the comments you're about to make are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do. Thank you.
Okay, we have pictures of it looks like a thermostat and a smoke detector. Mr. Vanover, do you have any comments on the progress on that project?
No, it just this is a
It
I mean,
looks
just
like
you
it's
continue to show that. I mean, there's still work to be done.
okay. Mr. Allen, what is your schedule for finishing the abatement of the violations? Do you have one?
We do. We anticipate that they'll be done within 90 days, but with the caveat that there's some difficulty getting folks to show up on, depending on the current circumstances with the pandemic as. we've had a couple contractors that have been delayed because of whatever their concerns are.
Are there any hazardous conditions that you're encountering that you have to fix that should take a priority?
Our position is the whole property, the whole list needs to be done. And we're just getting folks out there to get them done as, you know, in priority based upon whatever the contractors are giving advice on.
Mr. Dank, we have Miss Aston with her hands raised.
Yes, Ms. Aston.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To the appellant, is this occupied currently?
I do not believe it is now.
Okay, so if that was a city's concern, Mr. Chairman, with the list of violations, including the smoking and carbon monoxide. Thank you. Maurice, is my hand raised off? I can't tell from mine.
It's still raised.
Thank you.
Thanks. Now we have Mr. Jones.
Yes, am I free to go?
Who is, I have.
This is Mr. Jones. I think he was from the previous case, correct?
Yeah, A120.
Ms. Davis?
Yeah, he was from the previous. And we finished that one and satisfactorily.
So, yes, sir, you may leave. I know this is exciting television, but you may leave.
Be thankful it's not raining. This project, board members, February 1st to get them passed, to get them an extra couple months to get out of there. Since there's no one living in it, is the property in a condition where we should preclude occupancy until the violations are abated? Anybody?
Well, Mr. Chairman, as I always state, this board does not have the authority to preclude occupancy of the property. That's something that can only be done by the housing court as a no re-rent order. However, the board can grant more time, and as a basis of fact, grant more time because the hazard is reduced because the property is vacant. But we would require that it be kept clean, secure, and nuisance free on the exterior until such a time that the nuisance has been abated.
Okay, a motion is ordered to grant the appellant until February 1st, 2021 to complete abatement of the violations, noting that the property is to be clean and secure during the period of time up to the acceptance of the abatement. Motion so in order.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Maskey, second Mr. Gallagher. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Thank you. Next docket, A320 1140 East 114th Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is lead. Issued December 10, 2019. Appeal statement received January 7, 2020. Asking until February 6, 2020 to abate the violation. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton Law, and Violet Clements, appellant.
Solemnly swear or affirm the comments you're about to make are the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I affirm.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Aston raised her hand.
Ms. Aston.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I believe instead of Ms. Clemens, the person who prior to Ms. Davis's roll call before commencement of these hearings was Mr. I believe it was Hussein. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
That's what I
yes, ma'am.
had. Kasib
Okay,
Hussein.
and Mr. Chairman, if he could explain, one, who he is in relation to the owner or this property, and two, whether or not this board has authority, an authority letter for him to proceed. Thank you.
Mr. Hussein, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Basically, I'm a friend of the family for the last 47 years. Mrs. Clemens is close to 90. Her health is deteriorating. She's had the same two tenants in that property for the last, I believe, 28 years.
So are
it's,
you like a are you like their property manager kind of thing?
No, just a friend of the family who helps her with whatever I can help her with.
And did she ask you to do this for her?
Yeah, yes, she did.
Okay, so Mr. Chairman, if you could just get something from him in writing to Ms. Davis via like email or something, just so the record is clear that he has the authority from Ms. Clemens to proceed. That's just what I'm asking to have the record reflect. Thank you.
Okay, and would it be appropriate that he send it to the Board of Building Standards in the next couple of weeks so that if we act
Yeah,
on this?
Mr. Chairman, before you adopt it, that should be no problem, especially via email. He could do it rather quickly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, proceed, Mr. Hussein.
So basically, she's had the same two tenants in there for 27, 28 years. It's brother and sister. They're both in their 60s. The brother's blind, and the sister, she works for a local cleaners, and it's just those two. So that's basically it as far as that property.
But they have a lead violation there. Have they cleaned that up, or are you familiar with the process?
Yeah, so there was like some windows that needed to be cleaned up, which they have been thus far. And I believe there was like 3 walls that needed to be painted, which have yet to be done. And with the COVID situation, it's just kind of difficult to go in there with a blind brother at 62 and another sister at 64 years old. Mrs. Clemens, as I said, her health is deteriorating at 90.
I'm not sure what your comment was regarding that. What's difficult? They can't get a painter, or they can't do it, or
It's just getting people to go inside the house with COVID right now.
oh. Huh.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, Mr. Vanover, thank you.
So this is a lead violation that has yet been to be mitigated. I respect and am empathetic with the elderly owner and the elderly tenants and the condition of the pandemic. However, there are people working and there are people painting, and we are beyond that initial lockdown phase. There are people working and people looking for work. So I'm reluctant to concede to the fact that people aren't working or won't go in because of the pandemic and the conditions of the current conditions. I will also say, obviously, in regards to the pandemic, that elderly persons are more susceptible, and the science says that they're more susceptible to illness due to the coronavirus and the pandemic. That being said, science also shows that lead poisoning of elderly people has extremely detrimental effects on them and their health. It's the very, very young and the very, very, and the very old, and the older, not very old, but older population that is mostly affected by lead poisoning. This is an issue and these people have been in this house for 20 years, I think the testimony said.
28.
28 years in this house. It is paramount that this gets cleaned up, and that and the process is that a lead a lead clearance is issued to the department so that we know that it was cleaned up. And there's plenty of folks out there doing that work.
Mr. Hussein, you have a comment on that?
No, sir.
I would ask that this be remanded to the department, and then Mr. Hussein and the appellant can seek out resources from the community, from Councilman Bracatelli's office or Slavic Village Development. I'm not sure where the property owner actually resides, so I'm not sure what resources will be available. But for the protection of these residents that are seniors, it is important that this gets fixed.
Thank
So we
you.
would ask that you deny it and remand it back to us.
Thank you. The motion is in order to deny the request for additional time and to emphasize the emergency, almost emergency condition of the process and remand it to the Division of Building and Housing for further action. Motion so in order.
So move.
Second.
So move.
Motion, Mr. Bradley, second by Mr. Maskey. Call the roll, please. Call the roll, please.
I'm sorry. Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dink,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Okay, thank you all. Next docket, A 420, 3992 East 148th Street.
I'm gonna ask, I'm emailing this appellant now. They're trying to are you present? I see George Thompson. Can you unmute yourself? I know she was having some problems getting to the meeting.
Hello?
Okay. She's here. Okay, application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is exterior maintenance. Issued December 9th, 2019. Appeal statement received January 8th, 2020. Requesting for 6 months to abate the violation. Requesting for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing, Patricia Ashton Law, and the appellant of the Moore Thompson is also present.
Yes.
Solemnly swear or affirm the comments you're about to make are the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
We'd like to know, noticing that it's exterior maintenance, have you completed it already, or is it things you can do during the winter? And we have a picture of the garage. Is it the garage and the house that we're talking about?
I believe it's just the garage.
Okay, what are your plans for that?
I probably just tear it down.
What do we want to say? Do you have any comments on that, Mr. Vanover?
Mr. Chairman, to the appellate is, do you live in this home?
No.
Okay, so it is a rental property. So Mr. Chairman, I mean, you know, it's been issued for a while. And
here.
That is she's within her right to tear it down or to repair it, whatever you know she wants to do. It appears that both will require a permit. So I don't know what the economic impact of either is. How long is it going to take? We need a date. I mean, we don't, at this point, it's been a year, so we don't object to more time necessarily, but I mean, it's got to be relatively quickly. It looks like it's leaning pretty drastically.
It does look bent, yes.
And the winter time is not kind to deteriorated garages.
Right. What are your plans?
I mean, to be honest, I really need until like January. I mean, with the COVID, the money is kind of tight.
Mr. Chairman to the
But
appellant, have you received quotes to take it down? You know how much it's going to cost?
It's gonna cost me about close to 3,000.
Does the trust indicate that there is money available to this?
There's no money available right now, but I'm gonna need until January.
What do we want, board? March 1st?
She
Does
said
March-
January. January is what you're saying, Joe. Why are you going to March?
I said
Because we only have
January.
6
I
weeks
didn't-
until January, and I didn't think they'd get it together and get it done.
Well, wait a minute. Which January is she referring to?
January of 2021. I need about 3 months.
Okay, no, Joe, I think you're right with the March date.
Okay, we'll do it. A motion in order to grant the appellant until March 1st, 2021 to complete abatement of the violations. Motion so
Okay.
in order.
Okay.
Motion by Mr. Bradley, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gallagher. Call the roll.
Mr. Mashpee,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank, Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Next docket A, 620, 1351 West 61st Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is led. Issued December 11, 2019. Appeal statement received January 9, 2020. Requesting 180 days to abate the violation. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing. Patricia Ashton, Law. The appellant has been properly notified and has not responded.
This is a lead violation, and do we know about the property? It's a two-family. Is it occupied?
Mr. Chairman, Patricia McGinty Aston for the City of Cleveland Law Department. If you could swear in Mr. Vanover, and then I'll do my
Thank you.
verification with Ms. Davis.
Solemnly swear or affirm the comments you're about to make are the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Okay, Mr.
Mr.
Vanover.
Chairman, preliminarily, Mr. Chairman, to Ms. Davis, does the board's file indicate that the notice of today's virtual WebEx public hearing was returned for any reason whatsoever?
No.
And Ms. Davis, did the board receive any phone calls or emails or any communication from this appellant regarding this matter?
No.
So, Mr. Chairman, as Ms. Davis has indicated, the appellant was properly notified. You can proceed, and you can hear from Mr. Vanover's due process has been, notice has been proper in this matter. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Vanover, you have comments.
Mr. Chairman, as you stated, this is a lead violation. It is a rental property, so it's an investment property. We ask that you deny more time and remand it back to the Department of Building and Housing.
Thank you, we agree. A motion is ordered to deny the appellant any additional time and remand the property to the Division of Building and Housing. Motion so in order.
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Gallagher.
Second.
Second, Mr. Maskey. Call the roll.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Thank you. Next docket, A820 3541 East 151st Street.
Application and fees are in order. Notice of violation is fire damage. Issued December 9th, 2019. Appeal statement received January 2nd, 2020. Requested until May of 2020 to abate the violation. Present for the hearing, Tom Vanover, Building and Housing. Trisha Ashton, Law. And the appellant, Ms. Lynch, is also present.
Solemnly swear or affirm the comments you're about to make are the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, Ms. Lynch, you have a comment? What are your plans?
Okay, well, the violations were completed like the first week of July, so they are all completed by now.
Mr. Vanover, do you have record of that?
I do not. If we could scroll through the photos. According to
There's only 2 photos.
okay. All right. So it's Mr. I will verify with Ms. Harris that the violation notice has been closed. It appears that this repair work was done if that was the condition of the fire.
Yes.
Here.
Mhm.
It looks
So,
like a porch railing is what the. Okay. So we can
Yeah,
make.
Mr. Chairman, I apologize. I typically get the closed notice of violation. In this case, I did not. So I would just like to verify that for the next hearing.
Okay, well, we'll make that part of the motion then. The motion is in order to.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Lynch raised her hand.
Okay,
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm trying to understand what he's saying. Initially I was requesting an extension. That's why the hearing was granted. I don't need an extension. The work is completed. So do I need to just verify that it's completed?
Well,
So, Mr. Chairman, to the appellate, we would, or Mr. Chairman, we don't object to granting more time until 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
Until this is adopted, and that will give me time to verify that not only is the work completed, which obvious by my inspector's photos, it appears that this portion of the work has been completed.
Right.
And I do apologize, even though we've been doing this, still trying to get all the information needed for the virtual hearings is still challenging, but that will give me time to verify and to make sure that the inspector has closed the violation notice so that the appellate doesn't have to deal with it, ever again. So we don't object to more time till the adoption date.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. A motion is in order to grant the appellant until October 30th, 2020 to complete abatement of the violations. Motion so in order?
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Bradley.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gallagher. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Thank you. Next item of business, approval of resolutions for the following resolutions. A520, A1420, A1520, and A1820. Any additions or corrections to those
No.
resolutions?
No.
Motion for approval.
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Bradley, second, Mr. Gallagher. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Approval of the minutes of September 30th, 2020. Any additions or corrections?
No.
Motion for approval?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Gallagher. Call the roll.
Mr. Maschke,
Yes.
Mr. Bradley,
Yes.
Mr. Dank,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Any further, oh, I'm sorry. I missed, we have also motion for approval for resolution A 4920. Any additions or corrections?
No.
Motion for approval as submitted.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Maskey, second by Mr. Gallagher. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Maskey,
Yes.
Mr. Brett,
Yes.
Mr. Gallagher,
Yes.
Mr. Dank.
Yes. Any further official business? Hearing none, the meeting is adjourned.
Okay.
Did I get any of the motions and seconds right? I don't think so.
No, none.